Hey guys, hope you're all well. It is Thursday at 5:57 p.m. Just got out. Got out pretty late. Couldn't really tell, but it's all good. All is good. It just happens sometimes. I was pretty busy today. Had some good challenges, which, make me feel dumb in the moment, but, you take a step back and realize that you may feel or think you look dumb now, but, you're actually growing a lot in the moment and getting smarter. So, just trying to remember that to help get me through these, I guess I'm still in like the beginning stages where everything's new in different ways, and you think you're starting to get adjusted to stuff, and then new stuff comes up and you gotta pretty much start all over again. So it's kind of one of those weird little periods, but we're still kicking, we're still alive, all is well. So yeah, it's normally this like an hour after I normally film, so I have no idea how traffic's gonna be. Hopefully it won't be too bad, but yeah, we're gonna find out, and if it is bad, then I'll get some more practice at just continuous yapping. So once again, there's always some positive somewhere. You just gotta look hard sometimes. So there's three general things in my head that I think would be kind of cool to talk about. We'll see how deep and how far they go, and how I guess impactful they get for you guys. First thing I thought was a little cool and a little funny that happened in the beginning of the day. So when I first got here, we have parking garages on the campus that I work at. So I park in the parking garage, and then walk out, and right across the road is the office that I work in. So hold on. So park, get out of my car, walk out of the parking garage, start to walk towards the building, and I get I'm a little early to the office every day, and people like to behave similarly to me. So there's a couple people that I see walking into the office building every day, and so this one guy who was walking in front of me into the building, this one guy who was walking there, like just in front of me, he's walking in probably like 20 paces ahead, and I look at him, and he's wearing the exact same, not outfit, but the exact same like colors that I'm wearing. So obviously you can see I'm wearing this blue shirt, and also have black pants on, and he was wearing the exact same thing. The only difference was that his shoes were black and mine were brown. Other than that, we were wearing like the same colors. So I noticed it, and now I'm like, I wonder like what I wonder what like the lady at the front desk when you first walk in, what she's gonna think when she's gonna like think she's in like the Matrix or something, seeing two guys walk like in right behind each other wearing pretty much what looks to be the same exact outfit at first glance. So I thought that was pretty funny. And then I had like another thought that went something like it's funny that I look just like him, but at the same time it's kind of almost like sad in a way that I look just like him. Not to like bring the mood down, but thought that everyone kind of like dresses and looks the same nowadays when, say, you're in like the same environment. I guess like for the environment I'm in, everyone wears like the khakis, the chinos, like the button up, like the polos, and they're all like the same colors for the most part. So like everyone kind of like looks the same, and I was like, oh my god, I'm just starting to blend in at this point, just kind of be like a corporate sheep in a way. But then I realized that, hey, I guess like the shirt and the pants are the same color, and But you know, like you have accessories like say like a watch or like a bracelet or any little twist that you like to pull off to kind of make it uniquely you. Kind of remind me of the idea of just always trying to be authentically you or uniquely you, or you know, just be yourself. So a little thing that crossed my mind today. Another thing that I noticed, I was outside for lunch, just me from the team at the office today, and I was outside during my lunch break, and sitting at this little picnic table that we have like a little walk away from the building that I work in. And I'm sitting at this picnic table, and it's just me in the little area, so I'm just kind of sitting there, phone's at my side, and just kind of, you know, being present in the moment, letting my thoughts flow, and you know, just trying to do some listening to myself. And during that, I saw this ant on the picnic table, just kind of minding his own business, kind of wandering around, kind of like weaving between my elbows, my arms that were on the picnic table. And I don't know, it was kind of a cool moment, honestly. I don't know what it is with me and bugs recently. I couldn't tell you, but I thought it was pretty cool. Me and this little insect kind of sharing like a moment together. We're both just hanging out on this picnic table on a random rock floating around somewhere in outer space. But we're just there together, just vibing, minding our own business, doing our thing. So I don't know. It was something I thought about that I thought was honestly kind of cool. Don't really have much to say beyond that. Still currently in traffic right now, so I really hope that it's not too bad, because I would prefer not to run out of things to say like halfway through, but we'll see how it goes. But really the main thing that I want to talk about today was actually brought up at the dinner table last night. I still live at home for the time being, and so I'm eating with my family, and one of the topics that comes up is the topic of dreams. And we were talking about how we were talking about how it's really weird how dreams can somehow, like, you think they can like predict the future, because say like you'll be, I don't know, wherever you are one random day, and for a split second like something totally random happens during your day, and you just flash all the way back to like say like some random dream that you didn't even remember first off, but you just flash back to this dream you had however long ago, and you have like almost like a deja vu moment where you're like, I could have sworn that I had a dream about this exact moment that just happened like weeks ago. And so I think it's really weird, because I know I felt that before, and I'm sure you guys have too if you kind of think about it. But I think it's really interesting and kind of weird how dreams work. I know that the human brain is like, it's kind of like the ocean, like how people say scientists only know like about 10%, or like, I'm trying to think, my brain's kind of fried after this work day, but they say that like we've only truly discovered like 10% of like the world's oceans and all like the water in the world. We've only ever discovered and seen like about 10% of it. And I'm pretty sure the same is true for like the brain. Like, we think we know a lot about it, like scientists know a lot about it, but really there's still so much more that we have yet to learn and discover and understand. And I think one of those things is really how, you know, dreams work, you know, because at least as far as I know, it's all connected to the brain, and the fact that you feel like dreams can predict the future on top of, you know, many other things. Kind of makes you, if you think about it like I do, kind of makes you wonder what we don't know, and what's potentially out there that is still yet to be discovered. So yeah, that was kind of interesting. And yeah, I think just staying on dreams for one more second is that you feel like they not only like can predict the future sometimes, but in my experience at least, is like they can also, you know, because I guess sometimes they can predict the future, but a lot of times dreams are just kind of these random, kind of crazy things that, you know, happen inside your brain that doesn't really like connect with reality at all. They're just kind of, you have these like crazy dreams or whatnot, but sometimes dreams can be like super powerful, even though like they never happen in reality, in real life. You can have any kind of dream, and it can be very impactful. You can remember it, you can think back on it, and it can impact your life the next day and onwards very heavily. And again, it's kind of interesting because it was just a dream. You know, it wasn't real at the end of the day. It didn't actually happen in real life. It was just a dream. But it was so powerful that, again, it impacts you, not only the next day, but long after that too. So I think that dreams are just a very, very interesting thing that you can kind of get lost in, I guess in a good and a bad way. But trying to keep it in a good way as much as I can, I guess. But yeah, so thinking about dreams and how they're connected to the brain and how little we know about it, and how much more is probably out there, it also kind of got me thinking on all the other stuff that seems like a mystery to us and we don't fully understand, and so much potential out there that we haven't yet discovered yet and understood yet. I've started feeling, especially recently, like during the past few weeks, that there's so much more to just to life, and if you want to go really deep, like the whole universe and really everything in between, there's really so much more than I think a lot of people think. And I know that's been the kind of like the main message of this channel so far, is that there's a lot more than you think. There's much more to it than you think. But especially when I start to think about, you know, just my life and life in general, and the world around me, and then the world outside the world, like the universe and all that, you know, I really believe on a very deep level that there is so much more out there that we don't know, and there's so much potential to be had, and things to be discovered and realized and understood and implemented into your own life and your own soul. It kind of boggles my mind to really kind of think about all that stuff. You can go really deep, really fast into all of it. So I'm trying to figure out what exactly I want to say from here. But yeah, I think that kind of going back to this long work day I just had, I think that there's a lot more to life than just your 9-to-5 corporate career. You know, I think there's a lot more to life than just that. I know I've mentioned it in a few videos ago where I said that something about it just doesn't really sit right with me. The idea of you know, you get out of college, for me at least, and what's been my life so far is, you know, you go to school for, you know, you go to high school up until you're around 18, and then you go to college after that. For me, I got out of college when I was 22. Some people go back and get their masters for however long that takes. But for me, at least, you know, pretty much go to school for the first 22 years of my life, and then, you know, after that you get a job, and then you work that job 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, until you're like around 65. And of course, you know, you can start a family, have kids, and do all this other stuff in between. But you're kind of just in that bubble for, you know, between, at least for me, the years of 22 to say around 65. And then you get out of that bubble, and yeah, then all of a sudden you're like 65 and you're kind of scared. And that just, something about that, can't really put my finger on it, but it just doesn't really sit right with me. I think a lot of things about it don't really sit right with me. Again, because I'm very, I guess, open and curious to this whole idea behind human potential and understanding of yourself, of life, and of the whole universe around you. I'm really kind of interested and curious about all that stuff, and I don't see how working in a 9-to-5 until you're 65 years old, how that will allow you to learn and discover and understand all that. So I'm sure there's kind of ways that you can get closer to it all, and begin to understand everything, while you're still working 9-to-5. I've heard of like certain types of like meditations that you can do. I don't, meditation is something that I could see myself getting into in the near future, but I haven't made any progress or really any like attempts at pretty much at all. But it is kind of something that I kind of have in the back of my mind that I would eventually want to get into. But I know there's things you can read, there's stuff you can watch, stuff you can listen to, like meditations you can try to begin to understand everything, really. And I think that's something that I want to do eventually. Again, and this is just kind of me talking about me. There's so much that I want to discover and learn and understand about myself and the truth, I guess, if that's what you want to call it, and just the universe and life and of itself. I don't know. I'm a very deep thinker. I know I've said it a few times, but I'm a very deep thinker, and it's always kind of, ever since I was a kid, like the space and the universe, and it's always been something that's been very interesting to me. And as I've gotten older, and my TikTok algorithm has certainly helped a lot, is that there's a lot more to the universe than just other planets and stars and all this other stuff. There's a lot more to it than you think. And I want to try to, give my best shot to find out what all that stuff is. Another thing I really want to do besides learn all that stuff is I want to travel a lot. I've been outside the country a few times during my childhood, and I was never, because of sports, I was never able to do like a study abroad program at my school. But this past summer, I was actually able to spend pretty much like a month in Europe, in a handful of different countries. So I would say that was like my first real time, I guess, traveling. And I absolutely fell in love with it. I loved being exposed to countries that, weren't America, and how all the people and the culture and literally everything about everything is very different. I really liked it. It expanded my mind a lot, and honestly helped me to learn a lot of things and become a better person because of it. And I really want to keep doing it. And it's tough. It's tough because it takes capital, it takes money to do, but it's something that I learned that I really enjoy, and that I want to keep doing as much as I can. And it's kind of crazy because there's so many places. I've been to so many places already. Thankfully, I'm very, very happy and very grateful and very lucky to say I've been able to travel as much as I have so far. But there's still so much more of the world to see and things to experience within the world, that I just want to keep going, and keep doing it. The same kind of applies with what I was kind of ranting on about earlier with life and the universe and all that. There's so much to discover and learn and understand and implement and carry on with you. There's so much, and I just want to I guess, start as early as I can, because obviously our time here is limited, so I want to be able to do as much as I can. So to do that, you kind of have to start as early as you can. So I'm not really sure where I'm going with that, but that's what I want to do. I want to travel a bunch, and I want to discover the truth a bunch. I think is a good way to sum up a lot of stuff that I just talked about. But those are really the two main things. And again, I hate to, I really like the company I work at, and I really like the people I work with. But again, just that idea and the concept and the topic of, a 9 to 5 for, pretty much, like an eighth of your, like a third of your day for pretty much like a third of your life. It doesn't really sit right with me. And I'm sure I'm not the only person who thinks that way, but I may be one of the only people who's speaking out about it. So yeah, but what else? I know I kind of went down a few rabbit holes, and I apologize if I sounded like a complete crazy person to you guys, but this is just me being truthful and being a deep thinker. But yeah, so if that got a little weird, if this episode got a little weird, going from talking about dreams to all that stuff, I apologize, but yeah, that's just what I think. And if you guys ever want to let me know what you think about all that stuff, again, please do not hesitate to find yourself in the comment section and say whatever. I would love to hear your guys' opinions or beliefs or anything really about any of the stuff that I just mentioned, whether it be life, you, your perspective of the world and the universe and all that. I'd love to hear it, and it'll expand my mind a little bit. Hopefully it'll expand your mind a little bit. But yeah, I'm just super interested in all that stuff. Again, main message of the channel, but I really do think that there's so much more out there than originally meets the eye. There's so much more than just, going to school, working a job, getting, if you're lucky, 2 weeks of vacation time every year. Living in the same country, in the same town, eating the same foods and wearing the same clothes and driving the same cars. It all just doesn't really sit right with me. So yeah, I guess that's one of my main missions in my life, at least, is to get out of this this gene pool, if you want to call it that. Get out of the matrix, I guess. But yeah, I'm not going to rant on too much longer and weird you guys out or give you guys headaches or anything, because I'm just about home, so I'll do my little outro now. But yeah, late video today. Traffic wasn't too bad. Yeah, traffic wasn't actually bad at all. But yeah, if you guys made it this far and you guys stuck with me through all that kind of awkward and weird and difficult conversation that I just had, thank you. It really does mean a lot. Again, if you guys have any questions about anything or just want to share your ideas about anything, do not hesitate to drop a comment or message me privately. Do not hesitate whatsoever. I would really appreciate all that stuff. But yeah, almost Friday, almost at the weekend. So hang in there if you're struggling. And yeah, hope you guys all had a good Thursday. Just remember that there's a lot more to it than you think, and you can use that in whatever context you want, but just keep that in the back of your mind. So yeah, good talk, and we'll see each other tomorrow.